What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Jump. And you guys know that I get a lot of emails in Facebook and Instagram messages from guys, especially when they're seeing buffoonery on the internet. All right, and give me a notification sound, please. And I got a video of this sister who, from what I can tell, to be honest, she looks like she's very attractive. I can't see her body, and you can't either, but I would assume that, probably she's, medium sized, possibly nicely built. And she's going on a rant about, dating nice guys or professional guys. And she's tired of being shamed for liking guys who are from the hood, okay? And we're going to try to play the video. I mean, typically you might want to edit out what they're saying and cursing and stuff like that. But you know what we're going to do is we'll play the video and let it rock, and then I'll come back and we'll get some commentary.
Feel bad about like hood niggas. Like, y'all really need to stop that, because at the end of the day, every preference ain't to have the fucking preppy, bookworm ass nigga. Every girl don't want that shit. I know I don't. I love me a hood ass nigga. Like, oh my gosh, babe, I feel special. He just took me to his trap. Like, yeah, like I like that type of shit. Like, I don't want no yes man. Like, I love when I see a nigga Glock on his hip. Like, oh my God, I be like, ooh, he can protect me. Like, he can protect me, period. Like, I don't want no hey baby, let's talk about it. Let's work it out. I'll bring you flowers. No, I want me a nigga to be like, hey, shut your ass up now. Do you still want something from the store? Hell yeah, I want something from the store, nigga. Like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you. I don't want no weak ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that the preppy niggas is weak, but shit, that's what I prefer.
So you guys heard what she had to say. Well, number one, I want to thank her for, being honest, so we'll give her a round of applause. And obviously we know that this is something that not all black women would say, but there's certainly instances where, there's some women that feel like her, all right? And here's what I believe. Here's a woman that's probably never dealt with a guy who wasn't a hood dude, okay? Because you start to hear these stereotypes, and that's one thing that I noticed. Black women hate to be stereotyped, right? And I understand that, but they can easily stereotype black men as, being all the same. And, she did say that, not all preppy guys were this way. But I do want to bring to clarity to this, that she feels that if she dates a nice guy, that he's weak. Okay? And that a guy who is not a preppy guy, who's a hood guy, he is more masculine or more strong, or he just happens to be less than a pushover. Which is funny because, in my opinion, most guys who are in, gang culture are guys who are in, and I'm just giving an estimation, I could be very wrong, but a lot of guys who get into drugs, get into gang culture, buy into that negative stereotype, they're the ones to me that seem to be a little bit more weak because they follow that conditioning. They're trying to maybe be something that they're not really not, right? And they're trying to have that hood persona, that hyper masculinity, because they didn't want to be something that was different. How dare some of these guys think for themselves? Okay? And so what she feels is that when a guy introduces her to a trap or to a drug house or says something like that, then what this means that, she's showing affection. You understand? So Not only that, in the interaction with this guy, because he's gonna tell her that she needs to shut up. Don't get me wrong, any guy who is professional or a guy who is a dope dealer or a drug dealer, that doesn't mean that he's not gonna take that from you. Because in my opinion, some of the most gangsters dudes that I know that knock you guys out got punked by their girlfriend all the time. You know, woman wasn't scared of them because they was a gangbanger or they was a crip or they was a blood. They were still poodles to the girls. So that had nothing to do with it. But this whole idea that, you know, because you're a man and you're not in gangs, you cannot stand up for yourself. You don't have any respect for yourself. But see, I don't have any problem with women like her having a preference for guys who are in the streets. Me, I don't care. My problem is then once it goes south, now all of a sudden, where are the good black men at? Okay? That is my issue. Now all of a sudden, you know, when you need somebody to mentor your child, okay? When you need somebody to fix things in your house, and when you need somebody that, you know, knows this person, all of a sudden you're tired of that life. You're tired of getting your door kicked in. You know, you're tired of the police coming in. You're tired of niggas shooting at you. You want some more stability. All of a sudden now you want those guys. But see, the problem is the guys didn't have an issue when you didn't want to date them. But now when those dudes don't want to date you no more, now all of a sudden there's sellouts. These guys are coons. These guys are buffoons. And I want to say this because, you know, I grew up with a lot of sisters that was like her in my neighborhood. A lot of them who were attractive, right? And what's interesting is when you see a sister like this, who's pretty, and you know, when she was like, you know, 17, 18, 19, it was all about, you know, I want to be excited. And then you get 30, and then you come back and they got like 2 kids, they're about 200 pounds. All of a sudden now it's all like, oh, what you been up to? Oh, you know, you been to these places? Oh, wow, you know, I always liked you. And then we don't want to talk to them. Or you think you stuck up. You think you better than somebody. Now, all of a sudden, you know, they're entitled to, you know, have you after they've had the children and they've had these scars. And I'm going to tell you, like a lot of black men who have, you know, bettered themselves. I know I say a lot of my videos. We don't need to, like, brothers are tired of dealing with women that have emotional damage. Okay? Like, I shouldn't have to be dealing with emotional damage that some other guy calls you. I don't care how good you look if you don't have kids or not. It's just something that most guys are not looking to deal with. All right? So when you go and have those babies, or you go ahead and deal with him, and when you get locked out and all of a sudden you want, you know, stable things, you know, you want your kids to go to college and all that stuff, then look no further than the guy that you was dealing with. Don't come look for me. Go tell him. And I think a lot of guys have seen this before, and this content never gets old because guys love talking about this. And as long as I keep getting videos about it, I'm going to keep producing. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you rather, for all that you do. Thank you for the comments below. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.